Let's look at selling other people's brands. That's retail arbitrage. In this model, you buy products from wholesalers or from places which have a sale or going under liquidation and then sell them on Amazon, and you make a small margin.
Let's take an example. Let's assume that you go to a stationery store which is having a massive sale. Maybe it's a liquidation drive, and you pick up lots of calculators to sell on Amazon. Let's assume that you've picked up this calculator, the Casio FX100MS. Now, potentially, you could sell that calculator on this product listing page at Amazon. The problem is, if you scroll down, you will see that you're competing with 34 other sellers for the same calculator, and the only differentiation is price. Since it's a price game and a race to the bottom on price, this is not a model that I would suggest for you.
Now, there's several problems with this model. The first problem is that you have a very small percentage of profit, between 15-20%. You constantly have to source your product. You don't own the brand, and therefore you have very little control over your future business. And importantly, you must always be competing for the lowest price. Let's now look at manufacturing. So the advantages here are, obviously you have a higher profit margin because you're manufacturing and your margins can be between 25 to 60%. Sourcing is easier because you're manufacturing it yourself. You own and control the brand. You don't compete on pricing because you're the only manufacturer. But the cons are that you have heavy upfront investments in the form of land, machinery, factories and employees. And therefore it's not feasible for an average person. Let's now look at private labeling. To really make a lot of money on Amazon for the average person who doesn't have a lot of money to start with, private labeling is the way to go. Now, what is private labeling? It's the process of buying a product from another company or having a product manufactured by another company under your own brand, your own label. Private label is available for a wide variety of industries, from food to cosmetics and everything in between. Now, the advantages of this model are many. First is that the profit margins are pretty high, between 25 to 50%. Sourcing is much easier since there are manufacturers who will actually want to private label for you. You own the brand, you control the brand, the pricing, and you can even sell the brand when it gets big enough. You don't have to compete for the lowest price because you're the only manufacturer. You have no major investments. Select a model that best suits your circumstances. For example, do you already have an offline retail business? Then it's a no-brainer that you will be selling only that range of products and perhaps complementary products online. Or are you starting out afresh? How much free time do you have? How much investment of time and money do you want to make in your online business? All these will determine your model of choice. We will cover the guidelines to getting started on the major online marketplaces in India like Amazon, Flipkart and Snapdeal. But we will also cover how to set up your own e-commerce website.